Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to discuss the topic research problem formulation. How to formulate a research problem. So this is a very pertinent topic whenever you talk about research, let it be management research, social research or any type of research. So let us now understand what is a research problem. So research problem, it means any question or the issue which is needs to be examined or investigated. Research problem refers to some difficulty, need which a researcher experiences in the context of either theoretical or practical situations and want to obtain a solution for the same. Now, research problem is a statement. Okay, statement about an area of concern. Just take example if it is a marketing department. So, what are the various problems which are taking place, which are been faced by marketing department? It may be the reduced sale or less impact of the advertisements, or it may be problems pertaining to branding. Okay, so research problem is a statement. So here we can say a main area, it will be marketing. Now take example of HR department. So HR department, what are the major problems which the HR department face? It may be related to a lot of attrition or the employee turnover, or it may be related to the performance of the employees, or it may be related to some labor issues, or it may be related to the attendance issues of the employees. Okay, so you take any example of any department, some of the other problems they are facing. So the research problem is a statement about an area of concern and a condition which needs to be improved. Definitely problem is always on a negative side, and that problem needs to be resolved. Okay, so sometimes the problem may not be totally removed, but yes, in some cases the problem will be totally removed. In some cases it needs to be the condition which has been faced that will be improvised. Okay, so it may be a difficulty to be eliminated or troubling question that exists in scholarly literature, in theory or in practice, that points to the need for meaningful understanding and deliberate investigation. In some social science disciplines, the research problem is typically posed in the form of a question. A research problem does not state how to do something, offer a vague or broad proposition, or present a value question. Okay, so now here I was talking about the social science discipline. What does it mean? Now just take example, there are a number of problems which the society faces. Now it may be related to the security aspect of the females, or it may be related to the education of the underprivileged children. Okay, so there may be a number of problems. So research problem is basically a statement of an area or a problem condition which needs to be improvised. Okay, so what is the purpose of the problem statement? Okay, basically the researcher which do a research on various different topics, so they have to frame a problem statement. Now what does this problem statement mean? Okay, so basically the problem statement, now see, whatever the research has been done, that will be reviewed, or that will be read, or that will be referred by some other readers. Okay, so basically research problem introduces the reader to the importance of the topic being studied. Okay, what is the topic and what is its importance, that is basically been clear. The reader is oriented to the significance of the study and the research question or the hypothesis to follow. Now, research problem also places this research problem statement basically places the problem into a particular context that defines the parameter of what is to be investigated. It provides the framework for reporting the results and indicates that what is probably necessary to conduct the study, and explain how the findings will present this information. Basically, the research problem statement which has been framed by the researcher, it is basically what the researcher is aiming at, that basically the statement mentions. Now let us understand how we'll be getting this research problem statement. So there are various sources or the basis. Okay, first it may be research problem, maybe now just take example, it is the marketing department. Now from where they will be getting these problem statements. Okay, because to start a research, someone needs to point out those problem areas. Okay, so from where the this problem statements will come. Okay, the first, it may be in marketing department, it may be in terms of the customer. On a regular basis, customer all the are giving the complaints regularly to the company, okay, about the products. It may be the complaints may be related to the quality of product, complaints may be related to the delivery of the product, the complaints may be related to the after sales service of that particular product. Okay, so based on that, the company will be identifying the problem statement. Now the problem statement even can come from the conversation with the company employees. Now what are the problems the employees are facing? What, are they really satisfied? Now suppose if it is HR department, are they satisfied with the service, what are the facilities given by the company, provided by the company? Or even besides this, like, are they facing any problems related to the transportation? Okay, are they facing the problems related to commutation, or maybe during say particular seasons, like say rainy season, what are the problems which the employees are facing? Or are they facing any problems related to the team leadership? So this particular, it can be identified with the conversation with the company employees. Beside this, the problem, sometimes the research problem area can be identified by the observation of inappropriate behavior or conditions in the firm. Now here, neither you are receiving any complaints, neither you are doing any conversation, you are just keep on observing the behavior of, it may be the stakeholders, it may be employees, it may be customers, it may be any person, okay, so which is related to that company. So it is observation. Sometimes the research problem can come through observation. Now just take example, there is machinery breakdown. Now machinery breakdown, how frequently that machinery is getting breakdown? So you can just keep on doing the observation of that particular performance. Now besides this, there are there any deviation? The problem area may be find out from deviation. This was the target which was set and this is what has been achieved. Okay, so is there any deviation? You can find out the problem area. Then next it may say the competitor, are the competitors doing well? If they are doing well, why they are doing well? So again, it gives the lead to the problem area. Now it may be relevant reading of published material. Okay, even that may give the idea to the researcher about the problem area. Besides this, the company records and reports. So by analyzing those records which are been there in the company's database, okay, so from that also you can identify key, okay, these are the problems. In particular quarter or in particular month, the sales are going down, and this is happening since last 4-5 years. So what is the reason? So that is a problem. So what is the reason for this? So you can identify, what you can start doing the research on that particular problem area. Now, what is the criteria for selection of how this has been decided? The criteria for selecting the problem area. So it is there are basically two factors. Okay, for selecting the problem area. First, it may be internal or personal criteria. Now, first it is researcher's interest. Now, I am a researcher. Now, I want to, I being the female, I would like to have the problem area which will be something faced by the female employees, or it may be female in society, or it may be married females, or it may be females having what I can say kids. Okay, so I may be interested in doing a research related to that problem. So it purely depends on the personal criteria, researcher's interest. Okay, besides this, second, it may be researcher's competence. That is again related to the personal criteria, researchers' own resources. It may be finance and time. Now, suppose some research is requiring a lot of funds, and the researcher is don't have that much funds to do that research. So probably you will not be able to do it. Neither researcher is having sufficient time to do that research. Okay, so in such case, the researcher's own resources also becomes a criteria for selecting the problem statement which the researcher want to do, undertake the research. Now, next, it may be external criteria factors, whether the problem is researchable. Okay, so that is again another parameter. Next it is maybe whether that particular problem which is been needed to be identified, is it really important and very urgent, or what is the novelty of that problem, what is the feasibility, facilities provided, usefulness and social relevance of that particular solving of that research problem, and the research, is there a team which has been available for doing that kind of research. So these are some of the external criteria of the factors whenever the research problem for undertaking the research has been selected. Now let's why explore the nature of your research problem. Now research problem may range from a simple problem to a complex problem, and everything depends on the range of the variables and the relationships. Now how much time you are having, how much finances you are having, now all this will be depending on the selection of that research problem. Now whenever you are doing the research, definitely there will be a number of variables and the relationships which needs to be studied. Some of the research problems can be directly relevant to specific research questions, while others are completely unimportant for your project. Why should you understand the nature of the research problem? This particular gives the knowledge, this knowledge of knowing the nature of the research problem enables the researcher to develop effective solution, to get a deep understanding of all the dimensions, thinking about the focus groups and other relevant details, to provide the necessary insights into a particular question or the problem which needs to be adhered. Now, what are the various steps in research problem formulation? Now, first it will be the statement of the problem in a general way. What does it mean? Now, what is the first, you need to identify what is the area in which you want to do a research. Okay. Now, just take example. Now there may be some persons who are multidisciplinary person. Now, which area they want to do the research? Now, the first one is the identifying the area in which, the major area in which you want to do research. So example, I am faculty of HR. Okay, so I may be interested in doing the research in the HR area, that is the core area. So now I have identified my area of research. Now HR is a very broad concept. Okay, and HR is there. The scope of the functions of this HR is very large, vast. So, which particular area I want to go? So, first main area, core area I have identified. Now I have to divide that area again into sub problems. Okay, so in HR I want to focus on performance appraisal. Okay, now performance appraisal is my further, I am dividing it into further units. Now whose performance appraisal I want to study? So I may be thinking of doing the research related to performance appraisal of blue collar employees. Now that may be again, so I slowly I am just trying to divide that main area into smaller areas, so that the scope of that particular research can be limited and it can be conducted smoothly. Now next it is the understanding the nature of the problem. As I have mentioned, whether that problem is simple problem or whether it is really very complex problems, you need to understand this. Now next it is, before you frame your research problem statement, you need to do a lot of review of literature. Is similar problem is been faced by some other what I can say researchers, or has been addressed by some other researchers. So for knowing this, or which particular area they have done this research, okay, so you need to have the sufficient what I can say review of literature. Now review of literature can be done through various sources like the previous research publications. It may be through some thesis, it may be through some books, or it may be through some other secondary sources of data. Okay, it may be even through periodicals. Okay, now after doing this review of literature, you start you need to, now you are coming up to your research problem statement. So before you frame this problem, you can keep on discussing it with some other experts, or it may be with your colleagues, or it may be with other what I can say persons whom you know and who you think they will be giving the value inputs on this particular area. Now once these discussions are done, then actually you are rephrasing whatever was there at the starting, which problem you have mentioned the statement. Now you will be doing the rephrasing of that research problem, and here you will be formulating the research problem. Okay, now what type of examples of research problem will be there? Like just first example, there is work life. Now whenever you are talking about a problem, so definitely it needs to be there in the negative terms. Okay, research problem always. You cannot say employee satisfaction is a problem. No, it is not a problem. So employee dissatisfaction is a problem. So same way, there is work-life imbalance among female employees in service sector. So this is a research problem. Work-life imbalance. I'm not saying it is work-life balance is a problem. No, work-life imbalance, that is a problem. Now students are frustrated due to problems in online education. Now there is frustration. Definitely frustration is not a good sign. It is a problem. Frequent machinery breakdown is a major problem faced by manufacturing companies. Employee attrition is the biggest problem faced by major companies in service sector. More NPAs is the biggest problem in front of the banking sector. So these are the various what I can say examples of research problems. So whatever the topic you are selecting, whatever the area you are selecting, you need to identify this research problem. So this is all about how to formulate a research problem and what are the importance of identifying the research problem. Now whenever the researcher is doing the research and when the research is getting published, it is not meant for that particular researcher, but it is meant for the other persons who are reading or who are referring that particular undertaken research, okay, or whatever the findings, whatever the solutions which are being provided. So you need to frame this research statement, because research statement or research problem statement, that is the starting point of any research. So this is all about this topic for today. So wishing you happy learning and keep watching, and don't forget to like the video. Thank you very much. See you again next time.